3, x maximum 10. That's better. All right, so that's my function. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just put my x mum to be 5 and y minimum to be -2. That's better. Better picture of the width. Yeah. Okay. So this is basically my graph. I'm gonna snip it. Let's put it somewhere here. It's always good to sketch these graphs if it's an exam question. So once you have that, what we want to find is the x value at the maximum point here. So remember, this is f. Not really f. This is y, and that is x. So you want to find x max, right, at the maximum point. Really, the x value here is what you want to find. So the x value at that point will give us the mod. So we have to go back to our calculator and try to find that. So second, find the maximum, left bound, there we go, right bound, there we go. So the value of x, that will be 2.67. So we can say that the mod of x, or just the mod, is equal to 2. Check again, 2.67. All right, so that's the process of how to find the median and the mod in a question like this. I'm gonna move on to other things. So the mean is the measure of central location of a random variable. And if you have a probability distribution function, if you have a continuous random variable probability distribution function that's symmetrical, then basically the mean will be the axis of symmetry of that function. And I'll explain this in this question here. So basically what we're saying here is mean of any symmetric random variable, continuous or discrete, is always on the axis of symmetry of the distribution. For a continuous random variable, this means the axis symmetry of the PDF. Now, here's a question. So a continuous random variable x has PDF given by this, where x is between 0 and 1. Find the values of expected value, the variance, the median, and the mod. Okay, so I'll start by sketching this function. Okay, so if I start by sketching this function, I'll end up with the f of x will be equal to 6x minus 6x squared. Now, obviously, on the x-axis at f of x is equals to 0, we have 6x minus 6x squared is equals to 0. which means if you factor out 6x, you'll end up with 1 minus x is equals to 0. So either x is equals to 0 or x is equals to 1. Good. So, which means that if we sketch this function, it will look something like this. It will look something like that. So it's basically a function that's symmetrical. I don't know if this is a perfect sketch, but I'll try to make it much better. That's better. So this is the function that we have. That's y, that's x. And what we said above there is that if you have a function that's symmetrical, then basically the expected value, right? Let me just scroll down so that you can see what I mean. For any symmetric random variable, the axis of symmetry is basically what the mean of that random variable is. So basically here, the mean of this, so A, the mean, which is the expected value, will be equal to a half by symmetry. Okay, so the mean will be equal to a half. What we mean is the mean here will be the axis of symmetry, which will be just be a half. Remember, this is 0, this is 1, so a half is somewhere there. Good. And then B, we need to calculate the variance. Now, to calculate the variance of x, we'll use our formula. So 1, 0, x squared multiplied by 6x into 1 minus x dx. Don't forget minus a half squared, so which will be equal to integral 1, 0, 6x cubed minus 6x to the power 4 dx minus a quarter, which will be equal to 6x to the power 4 over 4 minus 6x to the power 5 over 5 minus a quarter, which will be equal to 3 over 2 minus 6 over 5 minus a quarter, which is equals to 1 over 20. Good. Then C, the median is equal to, if you look at the graph again, the median is equals to a half, so that the area on the left is exactly equal to 0.5. So the median will be equal to a half by symmetry again. The mod x value at the maximum, again, x value at the maximum is a half, so the mod is a half. And again, this is by symmetry. Good. So a continuous random variable x has PDF given by that. Without using your GDC, sketch the graph of f, hence write down the values of median, mean, and mod. So this is basically function of sine x. Amplitude is a half. This is basically a half sine x. So what we'll end up with is something like this. So this is 0, and this will be pi. Symmetrical, remember this is a half. Did I just write it properly? Yeah, that is a half. Most importantly, this is pi over 2. So basically, by symmetry, we can say the median will be equal to pi over 2. The mean will be equal to pi over 2. And the mod will be equal to pi over 2 as well. Number 6.